Hey Scorpio, it's Dadhichi Toth here again with your monthly horoscope. I'm just looking at it. Scorpios, one and all. Venus is in your 12th house now, just moved there. It's one of the principal planets of your relationships. Mistrust can go on just now. You could be having trouble in your relationships based upon trust. Trust issues are there. Maybe not just in your relationships, but generally. If you're anything like me, and those of you that have been following the monthly readings already know that I'm a Scorpio. And of course we can't pinpoint minutely from a general Scorpio reading the things that are going to happen, but we can get a general view of the transits and how they operate. Venus in the 12th house. 12th house is a secret house. Venus is the planet of love, and it rules your 7th house of marriage, principal relationships, and also business affiliations, business relationships too. It's not great to have that in the 12th house. The 12th house is a house of loss. So it shows that there may be some loss, additional expenditure associated with those people that I've just mentioned. For some of you in long-term relationships, you've maybe bedded down and you're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty and finding it difficult. Maybe you need a bit more socialising. Maybe you're not getting enough spice in your relationships, whatever. This is a time when you have to be careful. This is a transit that can prod you from within to explore again. And so the recommitment to your values is important. You need to ask yourself again and again what's important and what's of long-standing value to you, rather than what's going to give you that immediate gratification. That's important. So look at that, and that's all shown by the transit of Venus in the 12th house. Now, opposite Venus is the planet Uranus in the 6th house. So there could be some of that workplace energy sucking back into Venus in the 12th. Some of these opposite signs will bring the energy into to the other sign. So for some of you working in close quarters with the opposite sex, there can be illicit affairs, some clandestine relationships on the horizon. There can be at least some sort of fantasy playing out here in your mind. So you need to get that in check. You need to take control of that. Your mind is your worst enemy, or it can be your best friend. So said my first master who initiated me. And over the 30 years I've seen that that's very, very true. So this month for you, that too can be let's call it an axiom that may hold you in good stead, Scorpio. Befriend the mind, don't let the mind take you there. And if it does for a moment, then just simply observe that and be mindful of the fact that, the tail is not wagging the dog. These are the key factors. I guess this month, to the other star signs as well, I've been talking a lot about certain principles that are evoked by these transits of the planets. And here we see for you that is something that can definitely come to the fore. Sun and Saturn in the rising sign, in your sun sign, along with Mars and Mercury in the 2nd house. Now, there's a strong push to earn money here. You've got some impulses there up until the 4th with the moon moving into that very strong opposition, along with Jupiter. Jupiter, Mars, your ruling planet and your luck planet, the very lucky Jupiter, can indeed bring you some opportunities that push you too far. In other words, you can take risks just now. You can feel lucky, but the Sun and Saturn indicate you must continue to be very, very pragmatic about how you spend your money, and especially whom you get involved with, particularly in business relationships at this point. You've got Pluto in the 3rd house. That's going to be there for maybe another 10 years. So the big lesson now is not to be too trusting of others, you're starting to learn a lot about other people just now. And if it's anything like me, I shouldn't say this, but I get a caning every time I do. The world is full of idiots. It sounds callous and harsh, but it's true. There's only a very, very small proportion of people that have ascended the spiritual heights to a level where they are aware, where their awareness does not simply implode in on themselves. And of course, the survival mechanics of life dictate that we have to look after ourselves, but we need to extend that to others. Now, we don't do that blindly, but I'm telling you, Scorpio, just now for you, some of the key issues have to do with not getting caught out with people, not trusting too easily. You'll be kicking yourself, a lot of you, realising that you should have looked a little bit more carefully, waited a little bit longer, tested the person a lot more before handing over your heart or your checkbook to them. So please be mindful of that. Work on that this month. It's a very, very important element of your development and how the planets are playing out in your life just now. Neptune is in the 5th house. If you're anything like me, the 5th house is children, and Neptune, of course, is a very friendly planet. I'm just about to have a baby daughter at this late stage of my life. So for me, anyhow, my own prediction looks like it's coming true, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But for the rest of you, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have children, but it does mean you're uplifted in your sense of creativity, spirituality, and your search for meaning in life. So all of us have to be very careful that we don't let the world is full of idiots axiom overshadow the beauty that we have there. We have to remain innocent like children, because that 5th house, whilst it means children, I think it has a lot to do with our own inner child. So this month, Scorpio, look towards your inner child. That means being childlike but not naive. We see, let me look here, I'm interested in the placement of the moon moving through the sign of Pisces. It will be later in the month that can happen. Around the 21st, to be precise. So this seeking the inner child, taking relationships to that next level, gaining some insights. And again, there's an eclipse on the 29th. That's going to occur in the sign of Gemini, which is the 8th place, the sexual and deep, mysterious house of the zodiac. And of course, we know Scorpios are all about that. So there's a sympathy there with the resonance of that planet. So the end of the month, I think, can be a highlight for you and bring you into some very, very key insights that are going to help you get through this period. Look forward to your company here next month. Of course, join me at my website, astrology.com.au, for daily, monthly, yearly readings, a lot of other oracles that we have there, tarot cards, Madame Lenormand, the I Ching. I do a lot of face reading, and of course, if you want to contact me, I'm always available. You can leave me a note here or email me from the website. Look forward to your company next month. Take care now. Bye-bye.